Let's focus on the commodity space. Manisha Gupta joins us to run us through all the cues coming in from there. Hey Manisha, morning.
Hi, morning. Well, yes, the surge is back in case of crude oil prices, 2.5% up overnight. And this is after we've seen more than 8 million barrels of a decline in U.S. weekly inventories. The API data suggested 4.5, but we've almost gone double of that, and that has been supportive. Also, when you look at the U.S. imports, that are the lowest in a decade, and that tells you that the OPEC countries' exports to U.S. have been declining. But what really has been a bearish number is the U.S. production, which is at a record highs of 12.1 million barrels per day now. This has been increasing on a week-on-week basis, and that is what is keeping the crude oil prices in check. Having said that, all the losses that we started this week with have now been erased, and we are back in case of positive for this week as well. What also is gaining strength has been the metal prices. The U.S. dollar is very close to its 3-week lows yet again. The markets will watch out for the U.S. Fed's second straight day of testimony. The U.S. and China trade talks seem to be progressing good. And then you have a deficit in many of these metals. So copper inventories on LME are at a decade low. Zinc inventories on LME are at the lowest since 2007. So a few of these metals have bullish fundamentals, and the macro picture seems to be supportive as well.
Okay, all right, Manisha, thanks so much for that. Well, Sona, I just want to make a quick point on iron ore. Internationally, prices have gone up by nearly around 30% because there was a disruption at Vale. Now, domestically, I tried to check with miners overnight, and they have said that prices have started coming off a tad bit, both on iron ore as well as on pellet prices. So we need to focus on that because in the last month or so, we have seen both pellet and iron ore prices going up. Just thought I'll mention that.
All right, point noted then. But today it's expiry day and we will be talking about future and option space. So Mangalam joins it with all the cues that we'll be watching out for from the derivative space. Hi Mangalam, good morning.
Good morning, absolutely. So it is the Feb series expiry, and what a series it has been. We were bracing for a lot of events in the Feb series, be it the result season, be it the budget and other global developments. But then towards the end of the series, we had this border skirmish which added to the volatility in the market. So we started the series with 10,831 on the Nifty. At the high, we hit 11,118. At the lows, it was 10,585. And we are almost back to where we were at the start of the series at 10,807. The last couple of trading sessions have been marred by the skirmishes at the border, and that has increased the volatility. So if you take a look at what took place on Feb 26th, the volatile moves, the Nifty moved in a range of 10,729 to 10,889. Yesterday too was a range-bound move, but yesterday the range moved a little higher. So the low yesterday was higher than the previous low, 10,751 to 10,940. So that those are a couple of data points in the last two trading sessions, but higher than where the Nifty is right now. We have all the moving averages kicking in, the 20-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. Remember, the last couple of trading sessions, the Nifty crossed the 200-day moving average, but could not sustain on that on a closing basis. In terms of the index futures, we saw some purchase, but remember, because the VIX is high, the street will be playing for a range. Maybe a lot of options will be written at the 10,800 mark for a premium of 100 rupees. So 10,700 to 10,900 could be the range.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Mangalam. Well, on that note, we'll wrap up on Power Breakfast. We'll leave you, in fact, with the picks of our bullseye contestants.
I have a sell on Reliance Infra Futures, stop loss 131.20 and target 122.50. Next one is a sell call on DLF Futures, stop loss 168 and target 157.50. The third one is also on the short side, and that is Bajaj Finance Futures, stop loss 26.98 and target 25.30. The last one is also on the short side, and that is Equitas Futures, with stop loss placed at 114.50, whereas target on the downside has been kept at 107.
Hi, first call is a buy call on Sun TV, target 655, stop loss 570. Second buy would be on NRB Bearings, target 216, stop loss 188. Third buy would be on McDowell for target of 568, stop loss 521. And final call would be a buy call on Allahabad Bank for target of 51, stop loss 44.9.
The first sell recommendation is on Ujjivan. One can sell Ujjivan for a target of 265.50 with a stop loss of 281.05. The second sell recommendation is on Hindustan Zinc. One can sell Hindustan Zinc for a target of 257.20 with a stop loss of 267.10. But the third recommendation is a buy recommendation, and that's on McDowell, that is United Spirits. One can buy McDowell for a target of 563.90 with a stop loss of 521.95. And a final recommendation is again a buy recommendation, which is on Godrej Industries. One can buy Godrej Industries for a target of 511 with a stop loss of 485.95.